what's bothering you in the world of sports. Give Murph a call at 312-644-6767. That's 312-644-6767. And tell him what's beefing you in the world of sports. What's Your Beef is brought to you by Brown's Chicken Sandwiches and Catering.
You know Brown's, it tastes better. And find your nearest, there's 50 Brown's chicken locations, Brown's sandwiches. It's lunchtime, it's Brown's. How do you find the nearest one? brownschicken.com. And that's where you'll go to prearrange for this weekend the unbelievable proposal they have put together for your wife. She's got everyone's coming over for the graduation party this weekend, right? Your son, your daughter, high school, college, the $99 graduation party special at Brown's. Your wife's got more than enough to do to get the house ready, the invitations, get everything rolling. Don't expect her to cook this weekend. Just get a hold of your neighborhood Browns. Give them a call. Say, I want to reserve a couple, 3, 4 of the $99 graduation party specials. The crispy Brown's chicken. You know it tastes better. The Italian beef, the Italian sausages, the zesty mustacholi, all the trimmings. Make your reservations now. Say, I need the $99 graduation party special from Brown's, maybe 2 or 3 if you have a big family all coming over. Let's get to the phone lines and see what the fans are beefing about here at Sports Radio 670. Ray in Joliet's on the score. Hello, Ray.
Hey, Murph.
Hey, what's your beef?
My beef is with this string of guest conductors they're bringing in for the 7th inning stretch.
Oh, this cable guy. You're talking about Larry the Cable Guy?
Yeah, he's the latest of them. They get people who don't know anything about baseball, they don't know anything about the Cubs, and now they get people with no discernible talents of any kind.
Well, you know, go ahead, Ray.
They need to let Ronnie do it every day.
Ronnie Woo-Woo Wickers?
No, Ronnie.
I know, Ray. Thanks, buddy. I appreciate it. And here's the problem. And it's inherent. I don't know what John McDonough and Jay Blunt can do about it. Usually in the bottom of the 7th inning, there's usually something happening. Either the Cubs are trying to stage a comeback or trying to get a few runs insurance on the board. And that's when they have to visit with the guy who's cracking jokes or promoting his song. And Larry the Cable Guy, funny enough fella, I wasn't in the mood when the Cubs are trying to get some runs on the board in the bottom of the 7th inning. Let's go to Vince in Bloomingdale. Hello, Vince.
Hey, Murph. I know you talked about this before, but the commercial's back again for Father's Day.
Go ahead.
How do you have a catch, Murph?
Yeah.
I want to play catch. I don't want to have a catch.
Well,
I want to play catch. I've never heard of have a catch.
Well, you know, Vince, I've held back this year, and you're going to go to Browns. You're a winner. Hey, Dad, you want to have a catch? Hang on, I'm sending it to Browns right now. All right, Vince, and here's what it is. I'm sure it's a marketing, and again, Jay Blanc would know this, does a great job with John McDonough's old department there at the Cubs. I would imagine it's a national marketing thing. They come into every town. Now, on the East Coast, Field of Dreams, not in Chicago, you say, hey, Dad, you want to have a catch? Or to your brother, hey, Joe, you want to have a catch? In the Midwest, in Chicago, we say, hey, Dad, do you want to go play catch? But for some reason, they can't change the slide or the logo. Maybe it's trademarked. Someone must put this together because there's no way John McDonough and Jay Blunt would allow this to happen if it wasn't already a marketing contract where they have to use the East Coast phrase, hey, Dad, want to have a catch? Unbelievable. Psycho from Westchester is on the score. Hey, Psycho.
Hey, Murph, how you doing, bud?
I'm fine, Psycho. Long time I haven't talked to you. What's your beef?
My beef's with Major League Baseball. Bud Selig with those 2 clowns umpires who were doing Atlanta series this weekend. The home umpire for saying that he knew he was going to throw at him. And, like, how do you know that, for one thing?
Yeah.
That's bad. And second base umpire Jim Joyce said that flagrant elbow by Renteria, not throwing him out of the game.
Yeah. Well, both umpires should be suspended. Nice job. Thank you, Psycho. Both of them should be suspended.
Bud Selig declined to talk to us.
I don't want to talk to Bud Selig. I'll tell you who I do want to talk to. Jack Phelan, John Phelan and J.C. Phelan. You got to see Jack. Get that brand new Chevy right over there at 4000 South Harlem Avenue in Lyons. The brand new, huge selections, by the way. They have the Dodge, Suzuki, Isuzu store. Jack Phelan, Ogden Avenue in Berwyn. Minutes from LaGrange, Western Springs, Hinsdale, Riverside, Indian Head Park, and Burr Ridge. You got to see Jack.com. Let's get back to the Browns beef lines. Look at the time. 24 minutes after 12, and you haven't had lunch yet? There's a Browns right up ahead on the left. There's 50 of them. An Italian beef sausage for lunch. An Italian sausage sandwich for lunch. Put them together. Call them a combo. Look, there it is. The meatball sandwich in Superfan Dan's hands with the marinara, the toasted French. Look out, Danny. Bloop. There it is. The big old meatball right on the $150 silk tie of our super salesman. Murph, I just love the Maxwell Street Polish. You can't find Maxwell Street anymore. You don't have to. You got Browns, 50 locations. Why look for Maxwell Street? They have the Maxwell Street Polish right there. Let's go to Stager, Illinois, in the south side. Easy E is next. Hello, E.
Hi, Murph. Thanks for taking my call.
Thanks for calling in, E. What's your beef?
Murph, I got a beef with especially the Chicago White Sox PR men.
Yeah.
I take 294, so I see all the billboards. I hear the commercials for got to get back to the grind. 2005 was the last World Series. Let's stop the drought. Grinder rules, all this stuff. You know what? Maybe they need to get some of these PR men to teach these guys how to hit, because I'm looking at the internet right now, and they're 9 out, and they're 6 games under, 2-8 in their last 10 games.
Yep.
Yeah, is that getting back to the grind? I don't think so. I got a real problem with little cliches and cutesy slogans. Let's get real here.
Thanks, Easy E. Always a pleasure to hear from you, buddy. Thanks. Appreciate it very much. Here's the dilemma of any a marketing program. You put it together in February with your ad agency. You buy the billboards. You get everything printed up and ready to go. And then if things turn, all of a sudden the slogans don't look quite so good or appropriate. I don't know if that precludes scrapping it at this date and going with maybe a more generic billboard campaign. That you'd have to ask Brooks Boyer. Sports Radio 670, it's Murph. It's Browns. Hey, it ain't just chicken anymore. Lunch at Browns, it tastes better. Get an Italian beef right now at Browns, Italian sausage. And the side orders, the golden brown mushrooms, the wonderful beans, the coleslaw. It all is better tasting at Browns. Back in a flash, second round of phone calls. Hey, at 1 o'clock, yellow pads, open them up. Lots to talk about. More beefs next. Sports Radio 670, 25 minutes right there, nonstop sports talk. Murph on the score. Hey, back to What's Your Beef. I have George Hoffman waiting in the on-deck circle. 1 o'clock will be yellow pad open phones. And next to beef for Browns is Joe on the north side. Hey, Joe.
Hey, Murph, how you doing today? Thanks for taking the call.
Oh, thanks for checking in, Joe. What's your beef?
My beef's with Lou Piniella. You know, last year when they had all those guys playing second base, I used to go nuts because Dusty wouldn't put Dario in.
Well, right. They had 5 guys that had to either be hurt or sent out, traded before they went to option number 6, Ryan Terrier. You're correct on that. Continue.
And now, he brings up this kid the other day, now, and then, they played, shortstop's the middle, and we're there now with these young guys. If we can just get somebody to replace Barrett, we're home free.
You know what? And I'm going to tell you something else. This guy catching Zambrano yesterday, Coy Hill.
Yeah.
How about this? A guy that actually blocks balls into dirt. Now, I understand he's not going to hit you 20 home runs like Barrett, but you know what? Think of all the runs that Barrett gives up, either on pass balls, not blocking wild pitches, bonehead plays. You know what? Sometimes maybe you're better off with a guy that can actually give you defense behind home plate. You know what I mean?
A good catcher makes the pitcher.
Well, I would think so. Hey, you're going to Browns. I like your angle, Joe.
All right.
Hang on, buddy. Send my guy Northside Joe to Browns because, why, it's lunchtime. Beef's at Browns, and it tastes better. Hey, the world's sexiest athlete, Amanda Beard, in a stunning Playboy pictorial. Just stunning. It was quite a cunning stunt for her to line up in front of that camera, I'm sure. She will be bearing her secret assets along with Indy's hottest driver, Danica Patrick. Where? Playboy's July issue on sale now. Let's get back to the beef lines. From Browns, it tastes better. Lunchtime Browns beefs, Browns, Italian beefs, Italian sausage, Browns beefs. I'm getting hungry just thinking about it. Let's go next to Ed up in Ingleside off the Chain of Lakes. Hello, Ed.
How you doing, Murph?
Good, Ed. Hey, what's your beef?
My beef is with these Major League umpires that want to be the star of the show. When on Sunday, when he threw Lily out of the game, when Wolf threw Lily out of the game, I thought of you right away when I heard him say, I knew he was going to do it. I was waiting for it. Murph, I didn't see a Swami hat on him. What's he doing?
I predict. You know what? If he's so stupid, knowing he's mic'd up, and he's still going to make an inane indictment of himself, an indicting statement like that, then you know what? If he's not suspended, then Bud Selig's got a lot of explaining to do.
Bud Selig declined to talk to us.
He's got a lot of explaining to do.
Okay, you got a little Ricky Ricardo in you. Hey, Lucy, got a lot of explaining to do. Hey, you're going to Browns.
Thanks, Rick.
Hang on, Ed. Hook up my guy, Ed. Up in Ingleside, just off the Chain of Lakes over to Pistachey Bay, Fox Lake, Round Lake, Goose Lake, Dollar Lake, Long Lake, and Grays Lake. Back in a flash. Sports Radio 670, final round of beef calls. And at 1 o'clock, it'll be Yellow Pad Murph and your Yellow Pad also. Sports Radio 670. Murph, driven to you as always by ChevyDriveChicago.com. Welcome back. Murph and Beefs and Browns, it tastes better. Hey, Murph and Stoney on the road tomorrow. We're going to be doing a Corona Light live broadcast. If you're anywhere on the northwest side of Chicago, stop on by the Edison Park Inn. Man, this is one of Mike Norr's old hangouts. EPI here in North. He talk about it all the time. I can't wait to go visit the Edison Park Inn tomorrow. Thursday, of course. Thursday, noon to 2. You know where it is, EPI, Edison Park Inn, 6715 North Olmsted in Chicago. We will be there, Murph and Stoney, on the road, noon till 2. Let's get back to the beef lines from Browns. Hey, you know it tastes better. Did you know they have the best lunches in Chicago? Browns, beefs, Italian beef, Italian sausage. They got it all at Browns. It does taste better, I tell you that. William from Davenport, Iowa. Hello, William.
Hey, Murph, thanks for taking my call.
Hey, William, what's your beef from Davenport?
Well, actually, it's a double play. I want to comment on the umpire who predicted that the pitcher would hit the other guy.
Right.
If he suspected that, then he should. I think he's negligent because he should have issued a warning prior to the game starting. If he was that psychic.
Absolutely. Either issue the warning or you don't throw Lily out. One or the other.
Now, here's my other beef, though. My other beef is more important because I think it's more fundamental of baseball. We demand excellence from everybody in the world, right? Explain to me why this umpire, the heavy-set umpire last week, could not get down the line to see that ball, that home run ball. And if he's that overweight, maybe he shouldn't be in the big leagues.
Well, you're talking about Fat Bruce Fremming?
Yeah.
And Fat Fremming, and it's not
Fremming. That's what I wanted to say.
Well, that's Fat Fremming. And you know what? It's not a personal attack on his size. But what it is, it points out that he's ill-equipped to do his job properly, and he should either have retired or have been let go. But no, he's Mr. 5,000 games. You know what? He is bad for the game on so many levels. I just can't imagine why he's still employed by MLB. I guess his union is so good they can't get rid of him.
Well, last but not least, if we look at other sports, the basketball players, referees are in shape.
Yeah.
Football referees are in shape. This guy cannot get down the line to make a call.
Good beef, William. Thanks, buddy. Fred and Zion, as far north as you can go in Illinois by Winthrop Harbor up there. Hello, Fred.
Yeah, Murph, my beef is with the philosophy of closers nowadays. You know what? They come in the beginning of an inning with nobody on, and they pitch from the stretch. I want my closers to be intimidating, like Goose Gossage. They say the stretch takes about a mile and a half off your fastball.
Right.
Why don't they go back to the windup and be intimidating, and maybe they wouldn't have to worry about guys on base.
I think that's a great beef. Dusty Baker, though I was at odds with him on so many things, he obviously knows baseball more than I do. He always said he likes to get a Cub or his team on base so that the starting pitcher has to immediately go into the stretch. He says because for so many different reasons, you should be a better pitcher with the windup. I guess a lot of these kids, though, now, maybe they never wind up even in college or in the majors or the minors. All I know is I think it's more intimidating, and you should be able to get more giddy up on your heater when you have the full windup. Hey, Fred, you're going to Browns, all right, buddy?
Thanks a lot, Mark.
Hey, great beef. And my final beefer, it's Carphone Rich. Hello, Rich.
Hey, I got a beef with you and everybody that's complaining about the second base umpire.
All right, go ahead.
He was doing his job. He watches the ball and the base and the runner to see if he's safe or out.
Yeah, you know what? I've heard people phone in and say that. Anyone that says that is, I believe, not looking at the big picture. You're umpiring and you're standing. You don't stand right over it. You see, you stand about 10 feet back. And I don't believe for a minute that guy Joyce didn't see what happened. I think he swallowed the whistle and was afraid to make the big heave-ho because he was intimidated by the Braves and Bobby Cox. So you have your opinion, Rich, and I disagree. Thanks for calling. Hey, that's a fun 30 minutes from Browns. Chicken, beef, and pasta and catering and the lunches at Browns. Oh, the sandwiches.
Thanks for participating in What's Your Beef. Join Murph for another edition of What's Your Beef. What's Your Beef has been brought to you by Brown's Chicken Sandwiches and Catering. All winners of the Mike Murphy Show are only eligible to win prizes once in a 60-day period.